What's up YouTube, it's your boy Kakashi Crypto. This is how it's going down. In this episode we're going to be talking about some news, mainly Chainlink, but there's a bit of ignorant crypto news that I want to share with you guys, give you my take, which I think is kind of funny.
Defi, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Having money on my mind, I having money in my pocket. Bone marrow roasted, spread it on the rosemary bread, lightly toasted, drizzle with the vinaigrette.
But first of all, looking at the markets, we can see here, there's a whole lot of red, okay? Shout out to Playboy Carti, there's a whole lot of red. But you can see here that, you know, in the top 10, not much to look forward to. But if you are looking for a dip, then obviously now would be the optimum time. I do believe Bitcoin and most other top 10 currencies will trade sideways for the remainder of December, and then Q1, that's when we'll see a blast off, because there needed to be a reset. Looking at the top gainers, we have Theta Network with an 8.3% gainer, Elrond as well with a 7.3% gainer, and after that is negligible. And then looking at the biggest losers, we have Ampleforth, we have Band. I don't know much about Golem. If you guys wanted to, you could get in on Ampleforth because it always rebases to $1. However, that move isn't, you know, it's not a major move, but it may surpass its $1 rebase target, so you could make potentially 10-15%. Depends on how much you have to play with, depends on if you're willing to do that. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. So the first bit of news that we're going to be talking about is this news. So basically, a crime or a cartel in Latin America has been using crypto to clean up the cash. And I don't want to go too in depth into the story because I don't like being all depressing and shit. But basically, they blackmailed some women, and it wasn't the women that let them, or gave them up, I should say. It was actually the fact that they used Bitcoin. And this is like a throwback to like 16-year-old me, 17-year-old me, when I was using the dark web thinking, oh yeah, Bitcoin's untraceable, it's untraceable, I'm never gonna get caught. Not knowing, literally, the blockchain is visible for all to see, which is just like, ignorance is bliss, right? So essentially, if this fool, yes, this fool, I hope I don't get cartel people coming to my house. But if this fool had used Monero, then obviously it would be a different situation. But yeah, that's that. Looking at the rest of the news, we're going to be talking about Chainlink. And just before I go into Chainlink, if you guys are looking for easy coins to trade, then I would recommend looking at Nexo. They are putting out sponsorships and advertising. They are currently in their marketing growth phase. So obviously any dip that they have, I do believe, along with the token buyback, it should see further price appreciation from that point. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. There's been 20%, 15% pumps in a matter of hours, so easy trades. But yeah, Chainlink, essentially the price has gone down a lot lower. We're going to be doing some TA on it a bit later on, but basically because Bitcoin has gone down below 19,000, it's affected the whole cryptocurrency space. As we know, Bitcoin is the kingpin, it's the market mover. So currently Chainlink is around $12 or so, $12.50 or so. So I'm currently at a loss with that, but that's a long-term hold. I'm not really too bothered about that. Essentially, one analytics firm is now noting that Chainlink is growing fundamentally strong as tokens are now more evenly distributed amongst token holders. Previously, we had seen that a large bunch of tokens were held by, you know, a small amount of whales, but now those whales seem to have sort of relinquished their monopoly on the Chainlink ecosystem. They noted that the supply of top 10 wallets, as I just said, has declined while the number of new addresses created begins climbing, which is very, very good to see. And this signifies that the crypto could be on the cusp of seeing a strong push higher as it speaks to mounting buying pressure amongst retail investors. Now in, I believe it was October or November, the price went down as low as like $7 or so. So who knows if we'll see those prices again, but I doubt it, to be honest. I'm hoping it stays up higher because obviously my portfolio, oh boy. But yeah, in terms of the range, we should expect to see anywhere from around 11.6 to around $12 or so. Looking at the median price paid for Chainlink, you can see here this, in terms of the negative, well, this is the inflow and outflow. So excuse me if I'm getting this wrong, but I believe that this was the max price paid by people who are currently in the negative. And it shows you the total volume of link that they hold, the median price, or the maximum, the median price being around $13.3 or so, and also the amount of token holder addresses, so around 13k or so. So at the moment, I believe there's more addresses in profit than there currently are in a loss, which is good to see. So hopefully we should, that consistent price of Chainlink trading where it currently is between the $11 and $13 range should be respected in this month of volatility and uncertainty. Another piece of news which I thought was interesting is that Chainlink, they have integrated with a network called EasyFi, and it's quite a big move, I believe, for Chainlink, as they have, well, EasyFi is the first DeFi app on Matic to integrate Chainlink, which is just really bullish for Chainlink. It just means, we're just seeing more and more projects integrate Chainlink. It's just becoming a staple of the market. It's like the Google of crypto, basically. Not everywhere. Everyone wants to get creditable everyone wants to get certified quality information and price feeds, which is just very, very good for the Chainlink ecosystem, and it just proves the use case for it. Going forward, I do expect more projects to sort of adopt Chainlink into their ecosystem. Hopefully these I hope these CBDCs also integrate them as well. However, they could come up with their own oracle, but if they're smart, they use Chainlink or other reputable oracles like Dia, possibly banned. But I digress. Okay, essentially, this integration is the first live mainnet application outside of the Ethereum ecosystem to integrate Chainlink price feeds oracles on layer 2 on the Matic network, and this ensures that EasyFi's first DeFi products on Matic are utilizing. Let me start that again. The integration ensures that EasyFi's first DeFi products on Matic are utilizing industry-leading Oracle infrastructure for stronger data security, reliability, and accuracy by supporting both stablecoins and volatile assets. EasyFi is giving users more options when supplying liquidity, staking collateral, or taking out loans, which is very, very good to see. And in terms of the Link BTC and Link USD pairing, let's see how it's doing. So this is on the non-logarithmic chart. We can see here we seem to be in somewhat of a consolidation range. I would say that, yeah, this is like, if I just draw a quick trending channel, this is, I would say, is the current upwards trading channel that we appear to be in. This is on the non-log chart. I mean, you could say that this was an ascending bordering wedge, which is kind of bearish, but if we go to the log chart, then we see a bit of a different picture. Ultimately, I do see this line being respected. If we go to the log chart really quickly, you can see here this is in the medium trend line, so not too bearish, not too bullish, just somewhere in between. But after taking out a fib retracement, we can see that it's currently trading just underneath the golden pocket or so, which is at 0.618. So it wouldn't take too much for us to get above and into the Fibonacci golden pocket. Just a 10% move, just under a 10% move, which I believe is definitely plausible considering the consistent uptrend as well. I just believe this is one of several dips that we've had in the past before we go on to hopefully set higher highs. Now, I don't believe this will happen in December, as there's mass uncertainty amongst Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and I do believe there sort of needs to be a cool down because we did go kind of crazy between October and November. So this would sort of warrant more sideways upwards movement potentially before then seeing another pump in Q1, anywhere from January to March. Who knows? I can't tell you the future, but I would expect I would expect something like this. You know, we're trading sideways. In fact, let me just draw a quick I've forgotten the name. A quick fractal. So yeah, let's say this fractal was to play out, hypothetically speaking. We trade sideways for the rest of the month, like so, and then we start to see the next breakout in Q1 2021, where we have already, you know, we've relieved the oversold territory. We've sort of reset, we've gone neutral, and then we see the next leg up sort of thing, which is, and this isn't a guaranteed scenario. This is just like a hypothetical, but this sort of gives me an indication of what I expect to see. And then obviously I believe in summer as well we should see a DeFi 2.0, but nothing's guaranteed in crypto. But if, to be honest, if this time next year, like Chainlink should be hopefully like 10 times what it currently is worth at the moment. So what's it worth now? So yeah, potentially, hypothetically, we could see $120 Chainlink by this time this year. Although it depends very much on what Bitcoin is doing. That's just me plucking numbers out my ass, to be honest. I'm looking at Bitcoin, Link BTC. We can see here on the log chart as well that it's overdue a pump. So in terms of Bitcoin going sideways, this would be good for the Link BTC pairing. I did draw an additional supporting line here just to sort of give a secondary support line, and don't take much notice of this secondary support line as these can easily be invalidated, but I just wanted to give a sort of idea of the current trading range. We've seen that when it has touched this secondary trading range, or secondary support line, sorry, that we do have temporary pumps to the upside, and that's happened on several occasions. And in fact 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5, 6 occasions. Okay, so I do believe, you know, this something like the following should happen. Another pump or so. To what degree, I have no idea, but I do believe it's overdue. And if Bitcoin is to continue to trade sideways, then I do believe that it should potentially be a catalyst for this pump that we all want to see. Just showing you an analysis of what this indicator is. This is basically something called market cipher, and it sort of gives you an idea of when the market is oversold based upon if the waves are underneath this horizontal line or above the horizontal line. If it's above the horizontal line, it's overbought, and if it's below, it's oversold. Just on a very basic level. Okay, so we can see here in the past, oversold here, we had a little pump, oversold here, we had a little pump, and it's currently going into the oversold territory. So will we see another pump in the next week, 2 weeks, or even month? I hope so. Looking at the weekly, just really quick. Yeah, looking at the weekly, the same stands in terms of this indicator being a foreshadower of pumps. So, you know, pump here, pump here, pump here, I guess, and then now we're seeing an even bigger wave. So should we see an even bigger pump? Potentially, who knows? The market cap is a lot bigger than it previously was here, so it would take a lot more to move the market. However, I do believe that more eyes will be drawn to the crypto space. Excuse the background noise. I do believe more eyes will be drawn to the crypto space over the Christmas period. Just a hunch, but yeah, that's been the video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, all that good stuff. See you soon. Bye bye.